Hey, it's me, Power33, and this is a little vlog video talking about the Nintendo NX and get my thoughts out there. Now, normally I don't make vlog videos, but I have lots of ideas in my head, and I just want to get that out there. Now, for those who pretty much already know that Nintendo officially announced that the new console is going to be released on March 2017. And pretty much Zelda Wii U is getting an NX version, which I'm assuming is going to be released around the same time in March 2017. So pretty much Nintendo, at least home console wise, is going to be empty. Now I'm pretty sure that the 3DS and mobile games sales will pick up the slack. But as for the Wii U, it's pretty much Nintendo is abandoning that ship. So yeah, this is pretty much the end for the Wii U. You know, I really like the console. They got a lot of pretty good games, but unfortunately the sales wasn't there. And well, here's hoping that the NX will be better. And here's some of my ideas that what Nintendo should do. Now, let's talk about the rumor games part. There's rumors that Nintendo's going to port at least 4 of the Nintendo Wii U games. That being Super Smash Bros. Wii U, Splatoon, Super Mario Maker, and I believe Mario Kart 8. Now, for Smash Bros. Wii U, I can understand. Not a bad choice. All I can say is that pretty much add all the DLC stuff, and if possible combine it with the 3DS stuff, and I'm pretty sure people will buy it. Splatoon is kind of a confusing one for me. I think Nintendo would be much better off if they make like a direct sequel, mainly because Splatoon is really hard, and making a port of it seems like a big mistake. Now, granted, there's probably lots of potential buyers out there and hasn't bought Splatoon yet. But at the same time, I feel like Splatoon is one of Nintendo's biggest, newest IP. And I feel like a sequel is the best way to go about it. As for Super Mario Maker, I haven't played that game that much, so sorry for not knowing much about Super Mario Maker, but seems like a decent idea. Of course, if Nintendo decide to make a another 2D Mario game, you know, like New Super Mario Bros. U or New Super Mario NX, assuming it be called, I think that would be a terrible idea for 2 reasons. One, of course, they'll be porting a 2D Mario game. Granted, a level editor, which is a bit different than actually creating new content. But regardless, that would be a terrible idea. And 2 would be pretty much New Super Mario U. I'm pretty sure it did okay sales wise, but I don't think it was that much of a system seller. Well, it probably was, at the beginning, but I think many people look at a 2D Mario game and, well, at least, or now they do, because I'm pretty sure it was system sellers back when the first game came out on the DS and the second one on the Wii. But now I think those 2D Mario games are getting pretty stale, and it's not much of a system seller anymore. And as for Mario Kart 8, it's kind of a strange one. Again, I think it's one of those games that Nintendo would be better off making a sequel of. But I think Nintendo can save this if the next Mario Kart game is a sequel to Double Dash, which plays completely different from Mario Kart 8. So if they do that, then I think that'd be fine. And when I'm talking about other games, let's talk about the rumor games that Nintendo is also releasing. The new Retro Studio game is supposed to be a new IP, which well, I think it's a good and bad idea at the same time. A good idea because Nintendo needs some new IPs, and I think it'd be a great way to interest new customers and try to get some of the PlayStation and Xbox owners to get a Wii U. I mean, not a Wii U, an NX. Sorry, I'm doing this unscripted, but I think something new will interest a lot of potential consumers. But at the same time, like if they release that game during the launch window, I don't think that game would do as well. Even if it's a great game, usually most people buy a system to buy a game that they're already invested to, like a Mario, Zelda, Pokemon, etc. So it'd be confusing if Detective Studio didn't make a Metroid Prime game. I would understand why they wouldn't make another Donkey Kong Country game. They did with the Wii U, and that wasn't much of a big seller, unfortunately, even though that game is great. But then again, maybe a new IP is a better way to go now that I think about it. But regardless, I think I'm hoping for the best for Nintendo. I'm hoping that the NX isn't too gimmicky, that developers will have problems making pretty much a brand new control scheme for a game that they're planning to release on multiple consoles, because I think that's one of the few things that that made third party developers back away from the Nintendo home console at least. Wii U did not get any third party love unless Nintendo was publishing the game, or teaming up with other developers like Platinum Games, Sega, Atlus, Namco, which I'm pretty sure they're going to have their support no matter what. But companies like Activision, Ubisoft, EA, even though I don't really care too much about Activision, Ubisoft I like some of the games. EA I really don't care about them, unfortunately, but they're all pretty important companies to have support of. They're probably three of the biggest third party companies you can have out there. But I think that's pretty much all I gotta say about Nintendo's new console. Sorry if I ramble on too long, but I feel like Nintendo needs a stronger software lineup. And well, I did make a 13 games for Nintendo NX. Like I think I want to say it's about a year ago. My ideas of what Nintendo should make, and I recommend go checking that out, as well as a top 5 third party games that Nintendo should do business with or crossover. So go check that out too. But here's hoping that Nintendo will have better success with the NX than the Wii U. This is me, Barbara the Tree, and I catch you guys later.